Everyone. Welcome to On the Aisle with Rona Mann. And you are on the aisle today at Trinity Rep in Providence, Rhode Island. Wonderful repertory theater, now showing Primary Trust. Never heard of it? Doesn't matter. I hadn't heard of it either. It won the Pulitzer Prize. It won the Drama Critics Award. It played at the Roundabout in New York, and now it's playing here. And it is a fantastic show. Interesting that I was looking at some of the shows playing in New York right now. They are doing a revival of Death of a Salesman, and tickets the first week were going as high as $2,000 in the orchestra. $2,000. You can see equal quality here, starting at $24 with discounts for the military, for students, for teenagers, for seniors. But we'll get to that later. I can give you my opinion in 2 words. We could then turn off the camera and you'd know everything you'd have to know. But I'll give you more than 2. But the 2 words are Tavon Gamble. What a magnificent actor. It's no secret that I love this guy. I've seen him in I don't know how many things, and he is just the most talented chameleon because every time he does something, it's different and it's wonderful. I have seen him doing heavy drama. I have seen him in musicals where he really shines because he's a terrific dancer. He acts as dance captain. He has choreographed. I have seen him in comedies. I've seen him do a crazy Christmas Past, I think it was, Ghost of Christmas Past. It was one of the ghosts in one of the years of Christmas Carol when he did the entire thing in drag, like Miranda with the fruit on his head, and he was absolutely fantastic. But now he has absolutely reached his zenith as an actor with a performance that you cannot take your eyes off him. You can't even think about going to sleep during this show. And it's only 90 minutes long. There's no intermission. You will be riveted. There's only 4 characters, all of them terrific. They play as a great ensemble, but he is it. What kind of a show is Primary Trust? Well, I'll tell you, I hate labels. I guess some critics would call it a dramedy because it is a comedy, very much so. You laugh throughout. But there's an underlying sadness to it, but with a happy ending. For all you folks who like happy endings, it's a happy ending. It is, what it is really is just damned fine writing by Ebony Booth. She is both a playwright and an actor, and she writes from an actor's standpoint. She knows what actors want to say, what makes sense, what's not fake. And boy, is she good. Probably why the show won the Pulitzer Prize. Exceptional directing by Tatiana Marie Carlo. And a curious and wonderful set. I was trying to think of the right adjectives for this set by Patrick Lynch. It reminded me a lot. I was watching it and I'm saying, what does this remind me of? And then I said, it's kind of a takeoff on Our Town, because both at the beginning and at the end, it's here's Main Street, here's the church, here's the bar, here's the so-and-so. And it's also on the floor of the stage. It's like a chessboard almost. It's squares of where everything is. And that is then repeated behind the actors up on the risers. It's a beautiful set. It's simple, but you just can't take your eyes off of it. And it's complemented by the lighting of Lavani Gomez, the lighting designer. Absolutely wonderful. And along with that is the subtle and not so subtle sound design by Michael Castigliola. I hope I've said that correctly. But it's a lot of simple bells, just a little bell here, a little sound bite there. It makes for a complete and wonderful play. Mostly it is a celebration of self, of all of us, whether we are out there with a lot of friends in the world, or if we're like so many people today who go out in the world with nothing. They're not sure of themselves. They have no friends. And the genius of that actor, Tavon Gamble, just encapsulates that beautifully. The three other actors all play a multitude of roles, and they are great actors because sometimes just a spin, just a turn from stage right to stage left, and the voice is different. The mannerisms are different because they are a different character. Rudy Cabrera, he's exceptional. He plays Bert, who is the best friend to Ken. Ken is the lead. Ken is the Tavon Gamble part. He only plays one role. He's got his hands full just being Ken. Rudy is exceptional. He plays Bert, and when he's not actually speaking or involved in a scene, if he's on stage, he's part of it. It shows in his face. He acts with his body, his movement. He's a terrific actor. I've seen him in a couple of things. Marina Tejada, she is so much fun. The only female in the cast. And she plays just so many characters and does them all well. One little suggestion I would give the director or Marina herself is there are times that she is talking so animatedly, so loudly, so wildly that she talks too fast. And you miss some of the great lines because there are some wonderful punches. And she, I think, confuses talking fast and tempo. And there is a big difference as an actor. When you jump a line, and that's okay, but when you do it too fast, that's not okay. And then to complete our quartet, we have Daniel Stivelberg. He has a very powerful bass voice. He doesn't sing in this, but when he speaks, it goes right to the back wall of that theater. Hearing these actors, not a problem. There are no bad seats in the downstairs theater and no bad seats anywhere there. Doesn't matter what angle you are looking from, you are seeing a wonderful show, wonderful performance. In the program of Primary Trust, there is an interview with Tavon Gamble, and he talks about his character and about how he feels about being in this show. And I have taken a good piece of it out because I think you want to hear it. And I think if you hear me say it, you're going to say, get me to the phone, get me to the computer. I've only got till the second week of May, and I've got to see this show. And when you go to see this show, if you have teenagers or you have preteens, I would bring them along because there's a lot in here that speaks to them from a mental health standpoint and some of the feelings that adolescents have at this time in their lives. Okay, I am quoting now Tavon Gamble, the actor. I hope that audiences see someone rising to the challenge, someone who has experienced deep trauma and is figuring out how to live life by himself with nobody, no support system, no family, and then slowly building a support system from the ground up with the people around him, intentionally or unintentionally. I think we all need people, and it's never too late to find your people. That's powerful. And that's what the show is about, finding your people in life, finding your place in life. I promise you, if you go to Trinity now through May 10th, you're not going to be disappointed. As I said at the beginning, tickets start at just $24. There are discounts for students, seniors, teachers, veterans, and I even saw on their website for teens on Sunday, on the Sunday evening performance, I believe it's $30 for 2 tickets. So the teen can go with an adult or with one of their friends. I think they should go with one of their friends. It's that kind of show. You're going to come away looking at and speaking with your people in a new way. I thought about that as I was driving back to Westerly from Providence. And by the way, it's not a long trip. I actually saw people in the audience from Westerly that I knew that were there. We all made it without an overnight case and a sandwich. Took me about 35 minutes from home to get to the 12 o'clock show. You will shout the praises of Primary Trust. And if you never knew him before, you will shout the praises of Tavon Gamble. I will see you next week on the aisle with The Dining Room, being presented right here at the Granite Theater, opening this Friday, the 24th, and running for 3 weeks. We'll see you on the aisle. I'm Rona Mann.